Alright guys, what's going on? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And yeah, remember a few videos ago when I used to say that I play casually off stream, except this is from stream obviously, but a very recent stream, as a matter of fact, like 30 or 40 minutes ago, where I played casually and I wasn't even wearing my headset. Well, here's proof that I do. It's very casual. I mean, Lord knows you can't do that with Call of Duty nowadays, especially the way the game is designed with the sound whoring and everything else in between. But yeah, I mean, today basically I titled the stream Black Ops 4 Appreciation Day. You know, it's kind of meant to be funny and serious at the same time. But before getting into the nitty gritty, I also wanted to get a little bit personal with you guys and say thank you so much for your incredible support on Twitter, as well as even a few comments over here for those of you guys that are aware. I recently just scored a second job. I start hopefully maybe sometime next week. The training process is going to start as soon as the background check does its thing, so to speak. But I had an interview and they basically said that they don't see why they can't hire me as long as I pass the background check. So things went very well, and a lot of you guys, big and small, on Twitter, content creator and non-content creator, were very kind to show your support. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. And as a small content creator that I am, I really, and this is no bullshit, I really do have some of the kindest following over on Twitter as well as on here. Like the kind of support that I get in whichever direction or whichever way I want to take myself in my personal life as well as my content life, you guys seem to be very supportive and positive, and I just wanted to say thank you very much, and it means absolutely the world to me. So with that being said and all the mushy stuff out of the way, let's get into the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of this commentary. And basically I'm just going to get right into it, and just instead of beating around the bush and slowly easing into it, I'm just going to go right on in and basically just say that I am basically, we overthink things a lot, right? Like myself, I'm a Virgo, I overthink things a lot, and sometimes it works to my advantage and sometimes it bites me in the ass, and sometimes it simultaneously does both. But to me right now, in terms of the way Call of Duty is being developed and the methodology behind it, and we're talking like beyond skill-based matchmaking. We're not necessarily talking about skill-based matchmaking itself. We're talking about the evolution or the de-evolution, depending on which side of the fence you're on, about Call of Duty. And what I mean by this is that Call of Duty, from what I could see, is really starting to lose its simplicity. And the big thing that basically stood out to me was that Call of Duty basically, like with the created class system, with let's say Modern Warfare and even Black Ops Cold War, is, you know, like with all the different types of attachments you can put on your weapon, the insane amount of attachments and how the attachments work and how they have positives and negatives and stuff like that. It is, in my opinion, it's like the first step to something that may be enhanced later on. One of the things that drew people, both casuals as well as the people that take gaming seriously, one of the things that stood out about Call of Duty was it was a good 60 frames per second shooter that was an arcade style shooter that ran at 60 frames per second, was pretty smooth. And basically, I mean, the concept of the whole game itself was actually very basic, very simple in terms of the way map design was, the way the attachments worked and stuff like that. I mean, granted, you could get more attachments, you would have more choices and stuff like that. But right now, with the way, for instance, the created class system works, as well as the design of the maps itself, increasing in size, adding in more areas to where you can go or even hide in some cases, especially in the case of Modern Warfare, and even in Black Ops Cold War. Again, the entire design itself has changed. It's getting to a point to where they're adding in a little bit of the whole Battle Royale formula into the multiplayer version of the Call of Duty franchise, which the multiplayer part of the game, in terms of the basic multiplayer itself, which may or may not be popular, but it's changing and it's actually starting to become more complicated when you think of it that way, in terms of, again, the combination of the map design as well as the created class system. And again, it could very well get complicated as Call of Duty continues to release on a yearly basis, and whatever Infinity Ward has in store for us after Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and beyond that. And the thing is, right now, recently, I'm sure a lot of you have seen one of Thunder's more recent videos, to where he basically talked about how Call of Duty, and this is true, this is a fact, Call of Duty Mobile itself has over 300 million downloads, which is absolutely like a success. And it blows Warzone out of the water. And let's not forget that Call of Duty Mobile itself has a version of Battle Royale into its game. And honestly, if these publishers wanted to do that, there really is no reason for them not to make a console version. We all know, I mean, I'm sure they're aware as well how much we've been basically asking for not just a Call of Duty mobile version for console, but also, like, even before that, what's it called? Call of Duty Online, that is basically in China. And the thing is, whichever way you look at it, the amount of content they have, the design decision of the game itself is simplicity. And a lot of people in every single aspect of life really enjoy simplicity. Now, granted, you can take that simplicity as a person yourself, as an individual, and basically make it more complicated and more interesting in a certain way by customization. But for the most part, simplicity, I feel, is the ultimate piece of glue, so to speak, that keeps Call of Duty together, in my humble opinion. It's because it basically, it started everything. It's what appealed to everybody. Even Halo itself was very simple, but all the simple things it did back in its prime especially was awesome. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people did not like advanced movement, even though the advanced movement was very simple and the core game mechanics in the game itself was very simple in other aspects. A lot of people were turned off by advanced movement simply because of the fact that the game wasn't as simple. You know, the fact that you could fly all over the place and do a whole bunch of things at once was not something that appealed to everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm not necessarily taking sides here. I'm not saying that people that that preferred the advanced movement games are better players, but better players are able to successfully multitask and build from that, which casual players have a lot more of a hard time with. However, there are a ton of good players out there. I would probably say that at least 50% of the good players that play Call of Duty, like the legitimate good players, I'd say 50% of them like advanced movement and 50% of them don't. I think the most important thing is that the basics should remain intact. The simplicity of what Call of Duty was and should be, even though that's slowly but surely starting to go away now from what I'm seeing, is something that needs to remain intact. It's not something that should be messed with, but like skill-based matchmaking and among other things in terms of the direction that they're taking the franchise, we may not get our wish when it comes to that. This game could very well turn into something else, and it'll just be called Call of Duty. So let me know down in the comment section, guys. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Am I being a Virgo that I am, and am I overthinking it? Let me know down in the comment section. And don't forget, every single year, every single thing that they add in, if it's one major thing, over the course of a handful of years, it could literally, those handful of things can add up and change the game as we know it to where it's not traditional Call of Duty anymore, or the simplicity of Call of Duty. But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is Jack, signing off.